Give us the layer or the nuance of opposition to what the president just said.
It's extensive, and I don't disagree with the note at all. I think the key point here, and you heard what the president said when he laid out what Congress decides to do with this, and they'll now have 60 days to review it once it's submitted to them by the White House, is they need to decide whether or not to approve or disapprove. If they disapprove, the president stated matter-of-factly he will veto that. So what the president cares about and what his team is working on behind the scenes, and Tom, I've got some reporting, they've been doing this actually for the last couple of weeks with Democrats, all they need to do is lock in 14 Democrats in the Senate and 44 Democrats in the House, and everybody else can oppose the deal and it will still move forward. That's the mechanism that they're working with right now, and that's the prism they're viewing it through, Tom.
Phil, what I heard in the speech is the president trying to, of course, own the narrative. He said, we're negotiating from strength. That's a quote. Is he trying to send a signal to Congress, if I understand that correctly, that we didn't get a deal just to get a deal? We got exactly the deal we wanted?
That's exactly what he was trying to do today, and there's going to be a lot of disagreement with that perspective on Capitol Hill. Look, you're dealing on Capitol Hill, particularly between Republicans and Democrats, or Republicans in this administration, with sharp ideological differences about how they decided to go about this process. Much of what the president said today, Republicans would view as soaring rhetoric that has no basis in reality. And that was actually some of the emails I was getting from Senate aides as they were watching this speech here. But again, the president's view is you have to be involved to be able to make change from within. Republicans disagree with that. The White House believes that their view is the right view. And as you heard and Indira kind of locked onto there, they're viewing this through the prism of decades and future administrations, not just their own.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have to get reelected. Phil Mattingly in Washington. Elliott Gotkine is in Tel Aviv. Elliott, describe for us the relationship of Israel with how upset they are about this agreement with the quote-unquote lobby that they have within Washington. What is the dynamic right now between Israel and their many relationships on Capitol Hill?
I think it's clear that Israel's very unhappy with what's going on, and they're going to unveil all the big guns that they've got and reach out to all of their allies in Congress directly and also through the powerful lobbying group, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, to try to persuade any congressman that we're going to support this deal to do otherwise. But as Obama's already said, he will veto any attempt to do that. So it's hard to see how Prime Minister Netanyahu is going to manage to get this deal killed off.
Right. Elliott Gotkine in Tel Aviv.